Alright guys, this is the Genius Weatherman, and this is Lean Keto Times, and we're going to talk a little bit about everything today, from this controversy with this D-list actor Alyssa Milano and her sex strike, and then also we're going to talk about Tyler's new announcement from RSD that he's going to make his company basically go full on self-development. So anyways, got my keto meal here. I got a nice big fat piece of halibut fish, and then I got my avocados, some tomatoes and olives, and then I got my spider bite venom cocoa recipe, which is I didn't add any butter today, but because I'm trying to make it a little bit less fattening. But anyways, a little stevia, some unsweetened cocoa, and some cinnamon and a little vanilla. And then I got my spider bite venom drink, which is apple cider vinegar, a little lemon or lime, and some carbonated water. So, and then when I'm fasting, I'll add some salt, potassium. So, anyways, there's this controversy right now where this D-list actor is going around talking about how women need to have a sex strike because she's against this law against abortion. Now, I don't care what you think about abortion. I mean, I do, but then, I can't stop you thinking one way or the other. Me personally, I think it's murder. But anyways, the reason why I even talk about this is because, in the pickle community, we're all about going after, these hot, if you want to call it bitchy girls. But in my opinion, she's not that hot. I mean, she could be all right, but her attitude, her bitchiness or whatever, is kind of the reason why I'm talking about this. Because, even though we are, advocate the pickup community, or at least I do, that we should go after girls with that kind of attitude. And in this case, this is a little too extreme. Like her attitude is just a perfect example of why you go up to a girl and you try and you see how far you can get, but then once she starts, becoming basically retarded, then you can't. You can't really do anything about it. But at least you tried. At least you try to go up there. Because most girls, no matter how bitchy they are, they can actually be trained. And as you know, I made an announcement that my product, I'm coming out with workbook or whatever. Conversation theory is now all being wrapped up into bitch training 101, which is includes pickup lines 101, seduction 101, social skills 101, all those things. So going back to this this chick, Alyssa Milano, she basically thinks that the world revolves around her, and that people, all think like her, or, it's just only certain politicians that are out of touch. But this is a common problem amongst most girls nowadays, especially this millennium generation that feels like they're entitled and feels like the world revolves around them, and so on and so forth. And And this is the number one reason why you can't worry about what girls think of you, because see, there's a reality. Well, I should say, there's what girls think about themselves, and then there's reality. And this is my whole problem with attraction theory, because attraction theory, when I say attraction theory, I'm talking about certain methods and tactics that are taught in the pickup community, like the mystery method, for example, where you build attraction and then comfort and all that. All those things appeal to the woman's idea, to the women's ideas of themselves, especially nowadays. And even though, the online pickup community's been around for a while, and these attitudes weren't as bad as, let's say, when the mystery method came out in the early 2000s, still, the whole problem with attraction theory is that it appeals to what a woman's looking for. And you can just see for yourself, you just ask yourself, do I subscribe to the concepts and the ideas and the mindsets of attraction theory when I go out? For example, this whole idea of, I'm a high value and I'm an alpha male and all that silly nonsense, is a mindset that appeals to that type of mindset that these women have nowadays, that women only would date you or see you or what have you, be romantically intimate with you if, unless you were, a high value alpha male. And while that might be true, and her, in a woman's, idealistic mindset, her biological makeup will beg to differ. I mean, like if you put a man and a woman, and I say this all the time, if you put a man and a woman in isolation, alone, together, by themselves, in private, it doesn't really matter how high value you are or how much of an alpha male you are. Put two people of the opposite sex on an island somewhere, and eventually they'll probably have sex. That's just a fact. And so, these women like Alyssa Milano, who think that sex is all about, women in control of their bodies and women rationing out their biological needs to the opposite sex, it's just nonsense. That's not how human nature works. And that's why her protest or whatever is not going to work. I think it's entertaining. I think it's funny that women like her try to call for these things, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to work. So, anyways, enough about her. So, the other thing I want to talk about is RSD Tyler making an announcement that he's officially basically transforming his business, Real Social Dynamics, from being oriented around pickup to now basically full-time self-development or self-help. And before I say anything or criticize that idea, I want to say there's nothing wrong with self-development. I've done it. I even purchased some self-development products from RSD, and it definitely has its place. However, it has nothing to do with pickup. And, this is my only criticism about guys who think that they might think that, oh, this is a bold new move and all that. Well, RSD's been drifting in that direction for a long time now. And, and a lot of guys, because they do confuse, or they've got the impression from RSD that you can mix self-development and pickup, and become very disappointed, because self-development is basically just another version of attraction theory. And, this whole idea where I learned how to be successful and I learned how to, go to the gym and be healthy and live a healthy lifestyle, and all of these obvious things that your parents probably would have taught you anyways when you were a kid. Now all of a sudden RSD and other companies want to start to sell you products teaching you this stuff. And for a lot of guys who think that RSD is synonymous with pickup, going forward, that's not going to be the case. And they'll make the mistake thinking that it is. Because pickup doesn't require any self-development. It doesn't. Pickup requires that you're just a confident person. No matter who you are, how attractive you are, how successful, it doesn't matter. It just requires that you are a confident person who has social skills, knows how to be a leader, a leader of men, if you want to call it that, knows how to interact with a girl's friends, that a girl that you may be interested in, you want to be able to socialize with her friends, and then lead her around into isolation, and get into a romantic or any relationship with. That's pickup. So a lot of self-development is not about that. A lot of self-development is about how to get in touch with your inner child, and how to get in touch with your feelings, and realize that because you were maybe disciplined as a child, that causes you some kind of trauma or pain, and that's why you're afraid to do certain things in your adult life. Well, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but pickup is a whole different situation, a whole different animal. I mean, pickup is about you going up and approaching a complete stranger who you want to get to know, and no matter how good you are or how much you're in touch with your feelings, you can still be rejected. And that's got nothing to do with self-development. Yeah, you could say, oh, well, self-development is about learning how to fail over and over again and then learn from your failures. Okay, that can be true, but thinking that you're going to memorize, the reasons why you are lonely or feel sad all the time, and or now you reinvented yourself into this new person, and and you become this new enlightened being, all that just kind of goes out the window. The first time a girl tells you, to get away from me, don't touch me, back up, I don't want to talk to you, that sort of thing. And a lot of guys are going to feel disappointed, thinking that they're going to learn how to, handle rejection by studying self-development. Believe me, I try. It doesn't work that way. What works is just taking lots of action, training yourself how to handle rejection, how to be exposed to rejection over and over again on purpose, and how to recover from rejection. It's not about, oh, okay, it's a numbers game, and this girl over here, these 10 girls over here, they didn't like me, so I go try again with 10 more different girls. No. A good pickup artist will be able to take those 10 rejections and not only learn something from them, but cut down his learning curve on the next 10 and maybe be able to recover from the next 10 rejections and actually get what he wants. See what I'm saying? So you can't conflate the two into thinking that self-development is all about training. It's not training. Self-development is about meditation and getting in touch with your feelings and becoming this enlightened person and all this other stuff, and reflecting on your life and trying to see how you fit in the world and stuff like that. And pickup is about taking action and you actually controlling your emotions so that you can train girls with bitchy attitudes. Because most of these girls that you try to pick up are bitchy because they're scared. They're like dogs. Puppies and are aggressive dogs who bark at something threatening them. So you got to learn how to be fearless, and that takes hours and hours of training. Not paying $5,000 or whatever to go to some seminar and then go rah, jump up and down, for a couple hours, with Tony Robbins, and then go back home and think, okay, now I'm ready to go pick up some chicks. It doesn't work that way, or sit at home and meditate and become enlightened, and then somehow the stars line up, and then the law of attraction will make you more attractive, and then when you go out, you don't even have to approach, because the girls are going to come up to you because they see that you're this better version of yourself, and see that you're successful, and see that you're high value, and all this silly. That's not how pickup works. It'd be nice if you did, but anybody who's good at pickup will tell you that it's not the self-development that makes them good. What makes them good is hours and hours of training, of failing, getting rejected. Every time they go out, they fail, they get rejected, and being able to keep going and recover from rejection, and eventually find that girl at the end of the night, or they call her the next day and go on a date. That's how you get good. So you know, we all should wish RSD and them the best of luck, because at least they're being honest about what they're all about. But let's also be honest about why they're doing it, or at least why I think they're doing it. Because pickup is still basically an underground movement. It's not mainstream, nor will it ever be. Because especially nowadays in a society where it's more feminized and most guys are beta cucks and girls think that they can do anything a man can do. You can't take something like pickup, which is really old-fashioned. It has an old-fashioned culture around it, where man is in charge, man does the leading, man has to do everything. You can't take that type of underground movement and try to migrate it over into a mainstream audience. It just, at least in my opinion, I don't think it's possible. But, we wish RSD, the best of luck. I think what they're going to find out is that they're going to have to start all over, because they might last a little while of trying to migrate their audience from pickup to self-development. But most guys that come into pickup are learning to get a girlfriend, or learning how to pick up chicks at a nightclub and stuff like that. And a lot of them, I would say more than half of them already have their life together. More than half of them already are successful in their life. Like, they don't need any self-development to make their lifestyle more successful. What they are looking for is, how to pick up a chick, take her home. That's what they're looking for. So I think what's going to happen is, they'll entertain that self-development type of marketing for a while from RSD, but at the end of the day, they're just going to go right back to the pickup community and go back underground and try to find out the information that they really want to learn, and then that's going to leave them with a real tiny audience that they're going to have to build basically from scratch. And that audience is is the same audience, this target audience, the same audience that watches Oprah and televangelists like Joel Osteen or something. And even Tyler admitted this in his second video announcement, that because he's getting older and because of the direction he's trying to take RSD in, basically he's going to be appealing to an older audience, which is fine, but that type of audience has no idea who you are, because you've been underground for so long. You think you're going to be the next Tony Robbins coming out from an underground pickup audience. It's not going to be, in my opinion, not going to be that, that easy. Maybe they can pull it off, but, it's to me, it tells me that and not just RSD, but a lot of these pickup companies are running into problems expanding their business. And because, you know, nowadays, nobody's going to pay $500 or $600 for some online digital product with a handful of info videos. When my website, pickupdaily.com, has posted videos of guys picking up chicks, or info videos of guys picking up chicks for free. You know, every day it's like 5 or 6 videos, info videos of guys, you know, info videos that are better than some of the info videos that you see in the paid products from RSD, and they're free. You don't have to, you know, spend hundreds of dollars to see it. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they're trying to. It's like, you know, same thing happened to the record business and the movie business. You know, people can watch, you know, movie online, download it from BitTorrent, or if they want to, you know, listen to a song, they just go on YouTube, or, you know, download it from the internet, you know, for free. Nobody has to pay for it anymore. You know, and that's not going to change same thing's happening to the pickup community. You know, nobody's buying DVDs and stuff like they did back in the day when David D'Angelo and Mystery and them came out. You know, everybody can watch. Everybody can go to my website, pickupdaily.com, and watch pickup videos from open and close for free all day long. There's so many of them you couldn't even watch them all. So yeah, you know, wish them best of luck. I think they'll get some success, but I don't think they're going to be the next Tony Robbins. You know, I hate to say that, but you know, Tony Robbins started off as a self-help guru, you know, going back over 20 years ago, you know, probably 30 years ago at this point. And, you know, and still he's marginalized by the pickup community because it's got nothing to do with pickup, you know. Again, so self-development has got nothing to do with going to a nightclub and approaching a hot bitchy girl who, you know, is going to tell you to, you know, going to flip you the bird and tell you to you know, get away from me. You know, because even if you told yourself, oh, I'm high value and I can handle rejection, that's not good enough. You should be able to know. You should be able to train yourself to not only handle that rejection, but able to turn it around and still get the girl. You know, that's when you know you're good at pickup. And some guys maybe watching this may say, oh, that's impossible. No, I've done it. And a good pickup artist, you know, no matter how old you get or no matter how, you know, what level you're at, you know, is always trying to get better at doing that, which is turning interactions that start off bad and turn them around and then ultimately get what you want. So anyways, that's enough of my rant. I'm almost finished with my meal. Let's wrap this up. You know, we want to, you know, go after girls who have a bitchy attitude, but once we find out that you're too extreme, like this Alyssa Milano chick, then, you know, that should be enough, and just, you know, that's when we go and move on to the next girl. And when it comes to pickup, you know, just remember that If you want to learn self-development, fine. You know, RSD is going to take care of that for you. But if you want to learn pickup, just stay on the ground. There's a lot of good information on the website. There's a lot of good information that I'm putting out in the articles I write about how to train these girls and train yourself first and stuff like that. So just decide, make a decision what you want to do, which one you want to do first, and then go from there. Anyway, this has been Genius Weatherman for Lean Keto Times, and just want to tell everybody to enjoy the rest of your week and keep taking action.